tuning in each and every week as we bring you the best in Inland Empire sports. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez, here live and amplified at Teen Vision TV 16 with our director, Johnny Nunez, making everything go behind the scenes. We appreciate his hard work so much because there's so much to talk about right now. League play is finally here for high school football, and we've got some real juicy ones right out of the gate in week 6 of the season. A little bit later in the show, we'll talk some Canyon Springs football. We've got an Alexander Madison update. We'll talk some Sunbelt League volleyball with Beaumont. But starting things off with one of those big, juicy games, this Friday we take you to the Sunbelt League where we check in with the JW North Huskies. It's popping off on 3rd in Chicago with the Huskies this season. A perfect 5-0. If you're watching it at home live right now from left to right, Asar Granger, Asan Elliott, Jaden Gamble, Venasio Michaele. Guys, first off, thank you so much for taking time to hop on the Inland Sports Show. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. Yep.
Well, guys, 5-0, man, that sounds really good. You have some dominant wins in non-league play, but obviously things get a little bit more real. Now we get to league play, and a huge game for you guys coming up on Friday against Orange Vista. Let me start with the quarterback, Jaden Gamble, over here. And Jaden, you know, Orange Vista is a very good team. You've had some battles with Orange Vista in the past at JW North. Through 5 games at 5-0, you know, what have the Huskies done really well to start undefeated?
Well, first of all, I feel like our defense flies around, and they do us a favor by making plays and getting us the ball quick. So once we get the ball, you know, my guys right here, they make plays. So, yeah, I would say we do a good job of getting the ball in that zone.
All right, so Jaden just mentioned it. And Asar, I'm going to ask you next because you go up against that great defense in practice each and every day. How does that make the offense better going up against that North defense in practice?
I find it great. I don't see no other team as physical as our defense. So going against that type of physicality, when you go against another team, you're already expecting it.
Okay.
Yeah, that defense. And you know, I've got the scores right in front of me. I know you guys know the scores, but let me put it out there for the people. 35-8 against Grand Terrace, 34-6 against Long Beach Jordan, 49-0 against Notre Dame, 26-6 against Summit, and 34-7 against Los Altos. You know, the defense hasn't given up more than 8 points in a game. That's how dominant they have been. I'll go to Asan now. Asan, you know, offensively, you must feel like, hey, if we can just maybe score 2 or 3 touchdowns, we're probably going to win the game. That's how good our defense is.
Actually, it's quite like that. Once you score a few times, it's not really too much we have to worry about. Our defense going to handle their business regardless.
All right, now I see Venasio on the end nodding over here. Venasio stood us up on a previous Inland Sports Show, but we let him back. We love Michaele, so we let him back on the show. Venasio, you know, you're 5-0, but what's the goals for this team? Because I figure 5-0 sounds good, but, you know, you guys are so good this year. I'm thinking league titles. I'm thinking CIF playoff run. What goals do you have for the Huskies?
I'm just trying to do my part. Just get first downs, touchdowns. And I can't do that without my line. So, yeah, that's it.
Now, Venasio, you run like you're just an angry man, like just a violent running. Are you off the field? Are you like a fun-loving guy? Do you smile? Are you pretty low-key? I mean, because you just look so angry on the football field.
No, I'm a nice guy.
He's all right. He's all right.
Well, from Michaele to Granger, is he a nice guy?
He's a fun guy. Laid back.
One of the funniest on the teams.
Fruity.
Well, let me stick here with Granger here. So, you know, this offense obviously has been clicking. You know, we just read off the scores. You guys are, you know, I think your lowest output was 26 points against a good Summit team. Summit just blew out Murrieta Mesa. So that was a good win against the Summit Skyhawks. But offensively, do you feel like this team can still get better and put even more points on the board as you guys go through league play?
Most definitely. I feel like we go against the best defense in the league every day in practice. So, you know, they just get us prepared week in and week out. So we got playmakers all over the field. So we just try to spread the ball around and everybody do their part and we'll come out on top.
Now, let me go back to the QB, Gamble. And, you know, when you have all of these weapons on offense. Do you feel like, man, playing quarterback's like the easiest job on this team because you got, Granger and Michaela and Elliott. It's like you got all these guys you just give the football to and they're going to go make plays.
100%. No, these guys make it really easy for me. They make this job super easy, and I love playing for these guys. They make sure I'm busting my butt at practice, and I'm on my stuff, and then I reward them on game days with the ball. So.
I know you guys are practicing hard, but does it feel different like when you go to practice when you know there's a huge game coming up on Friday? Because, I know it's your first league game of the year, but this league game could decide, the Sunbelt League championship. Like, that's how big this first one is for you guys. I'll go to Elliott in the middle there. Does it feel different? Like, hey, guys, we had some good wins in non-league play, but we got a huge game on Friday. We cannot let down here.
We love going 1-0 every single week. So we're going to go against this team and we're going to act like we played nobody. We're going to go against this team like we went against the last team. Treat every opponent the same so you're not surprised by anything.
Now, Michaela on the end again, you guys have looked actually pretty good the last couple of years, but being a senior, does this year's team, is there something special about it? Does it feel a little bit different? Like, man, you look around the locker room, this is a really good team. Guys, let's not screw this up. Let's go win a league title. Let's go make a CIF championship run. Because I feel like this North team, it just kind of feels different this year. That's how good you guys are.
Yeah. I think if we just keep doing our thing, we'll make it. I believe in my teammates. And, yeah, just...
Now, Granger, let me go to you because you and Gamble, when we talk about like quarterback receiver duos in the Inland Empire, you guys are near the top of the list. What's it like catching the football from Gamble over there? And you guys, it feels like you have a great connection.
Oh yeah, it's like second nature. We put in a lot of work in the off season and on the weekends. So our hard work makes us confident in our ability. So catching a football on Friday nights is like catching a football on a Sunday afternoon. So.
Do you guys practice how you play? Like, what I mean is, do you practice the way you want to play like on a Friday night? Because, if you try to dial it down in practice, how do you ramp up on a Friday night? Like, if you practice the way you want to see yourself play on Friday night, I'll go to Gamble there in the middle.
No, I'll say 100%. And the coaches make sure we do that. We give 100% effort every practice. And I think we treat practice like a game. So, we make sure we hold ourselves accountable and treat it like it's game day.
All right, final question, guys. This is the question for all of you, and I'll just go left to right. If you're watching at home, screen left to right. So that means Granger's going to be the first one. So, what do you feel like you guys got to do on Friday night to get a win against the Orange Vista Coyotes? And Granger, we'll start with you.
Honestly, just be us. Play our game like we've been doing week in and week out. But Orange Vista has some pretty good guys over at EJ quarterback, so. We just got to do our thing, and I feel like we'll come out on top.
Right, Elliott?
I feel like we got to execute the whole entire game, not let off no plays, treat every play like it's our last play, grind, and we're going to be able to get that dub.
All right, Gamble, you're up next.
No, OV is definitely a tough team, but I feel like as long as we do our assignments and we stay focused throughout the game with no distractions, then we'll come out with the dub.
And last but not least, the guy who loves to talk, Michaela.
I think OV is going to be our toughest team to play. If we just do our thing like how we do at practice, we'll come out with the win.
I got to be honest. Like, we're going 4 wide at 3rd in Chicago right now with the Huskies. Michaela is like the most smiliest guy of the group. I think he actually is a fun guy. I think he's a good guy.
I think he's a fun guy.
Finally get to see us without helmets.
Guys, listen, I appreciate the time. Thank you so much. Best of luck against Orange Vista and the rest of the season. I think you guys are in store for a deep run this season. So thank you, guys. I appreciate you jumping on the Inland Sports Show.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
All right, that's the JW North Huskies here on the Inland Sports Show, live and amplified from 3rd and Chicago. And a huge shout out to Coach Vaipulu, OP Vaipulu, and also Coach Matt Walter for making sure this happens, getting him on the show tonight. We do appreciate talking some Husky football here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we've got an Alexander Madison update that's starting now for the Minnesota Vikings out of San Bernardino High School, and we've got your Boost Top top 25 poll, and your Kin Sporting Goods must-see game. All that still to come here on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
The time is now. The Boost Training Center is open for business and ready to help all the athletes across the Inland Empire. Doesn't matter the age or the sport, if you go to Boost Training with Coach Ray Bass, they're going to make you bigger, faster, stronger. So if you're out there looking to train this offseason, talking about all you football players especially, check out boosttrainingsystems.com. That is the website. You can find a strength and speed class just for you this offseason, so you can be even bigger, better, faster, stronger this upcoming season. Give them a call or text at 951-532-4904 to reserve your spot today. Strength and speed training at Boost Training System. And don't forget, enrollment is open right now for the Bass School. That's Boost Alternative School for student athletes. You can check out what they have to offer at boosttrainingsystems.com. That is the website once again, and you can enroll for the 2021-2022 school year. Again, this is not an online school. This is a private school specifically for 7th and 8th grade boys. Check it out today because space is limited. The number one sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Kin Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Kin Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kinsportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Kin Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Kin Sporting Goods.
This is Alexander Madison. You're watching the Inland Sports Show.
All right, that was Alexander Madison, everybody. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. Alexander Madison, one of our favorite dudes of all time here on the show. And he's been so gracious to come on a bunch of times. I've lost count, but he's come on the show so many times. And we were so excited to see him have a big weekend for the Minnesota Vikings. And with more on the pride of Cardinal City, Alexander Madison, we've got a special update with stats and an interview as well. And we're excited about it. So join us here live on the show, Kendall Hollowell, with more.
I prepare every week the same
Madison.
way. I have
so
a routine.
Kendall.
KP.
Thanks, Pep. With Dalvin Cook sidelined by an ankle injury, Alexander Madison stepped into a starting role for the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday and had a career day. Here's what the San Bernardino High School grad had to say after the game.
It was, I prepare every week the same way. I have a routine. KP's big on us having our routine, so going about it that way, having a routine, but just having to take care of my body a little different, knowing that, I'm taking all the reps in practice and then also going to have to be, up the first snap of the game. But, yeah, just taking it and attacking it the same way I would attack any other game. Just got to understand, obviously I'm taking the first rep instead of just being ready to go in. It feels good. It feels good when you're able to get the ball and be productive. So this offense, we love to be productive as backs in this offense. So it feels amazing. Wouldn't be able to do it without those guys up front, though. So the offense, it clicked the way it did. It's awesome for us to see that, and then we can build on the little details that we missed, but also celebrate the progress that we've made. We take this victory, and it's a big victory for us. We go out there every week to win, so it feels amazing. But we just understand that it's still bigger than just 1 week. We got to take it 1 week at a time, but there's also a big season ahead of us, so we don't really we're not taking the foot off the pedal.
Coming into the game, Madison had been limited to just 13 yards on 4 carries for the first 2 weeks of the season. But on Sunday, he was an essential piece in the Vikings securing their first win of the 2021 season. The former Boise State running back showed he's more than capable of being a 3-down back in the NFL. Madison matched his career high with 112 rushing yards, equaling the total he had at Seattle in Week 5 of the 2020 season. And according to Next Gen Stats, Madison faced 8 or more Seattle defenders in the box a whopping 57.6% of the time, the third highest rate for any running back in the NFL in Week 3. Madison also set a new career high with 6 catches, 59 receiving yards, and 171 yards from scrimmage on 32 touches. Even with the healthy Dalvin Cook, Madison has certainly made a case to be more involved in the Vikings offense moving forward. In its 3 NFL seasons, Minnesota is 7-1 when Madison receives 12 or more carries. The Vikings will be back at home next week against the Cleveland Browns in a game that will feature a number of local guys, Troy Dye and Cameron Bynum to go along with Alexander Madison for the Minnesota Vikings and Demetric Felton and Sione Takitaki for the Cleveland Browns. Back over to you, Pep.
All right, great job, Kendall. Yeah, again, Alexander Madison, one of our favorite guys. And I just got a newsletter from one of my BFFs, Greg Bell, former LA Rams running back. And he does such good things in our local community. And he's teamed up with Alexander Madison on a number of things. And he sent me this newsletter today. It says, Alexander Madison, San Bernardino native and running back for the Vikings, hosting his first annual I Am Gifted seminars for high school students in the SoCal area. So check these out. These are all virtual, and you can sign up. So on Tuesday, October 5th, they're going to talk about mental health. Tuesday, October 12th, your finance journal. And finally, on Tuesday, October 19th, education health for the student athlete. Again, these are virtual seminars, and we'll make sure we tweet out information on how to register. But again, another example of Alexander Madison doing some awesome things for our local community, really giving back and giving our local student athletes some resources to better their own lives and maybe change the trajectory of where they're going, whether it's sports related or not, because there's some great things here with mental health and finances and whatnot. So, all right, thank you, Kendall. Great job over there. All right, now let's check out our Boost Performance Training Top 25 rankings as we go into league play, and here we go. Centennial number 1, Norco number 2. That has not changed. Vista Murrieta followed by Cajon, who eked out a last-second win against Rancho Cucamonga. Citrus Valley still hold on at number 5 despite losing to Centennial. Murrieta Valley, San Jacinto moves up to 7. Temecula Valley, Beaumont, and Yucaipa heavy on the CBL teams right there. And then there's JW North at 5-0, sitting at number 11. They want to crack the top 10 so bad. Roosevelt, huge win against Chaparral the previous week. They move up. Harupa Hills at 5-0. Harupa Hills, from what I hear, is really, really good. And I should mention, Harupa Hills was scheduled to play Colton this Friday. That was canceled. Harupa Hills will now play Villa Park in non-league play on Friday. There's the rest of our top 25. Chaparral, Novi, Ramona. 5-0. The Rams are looking really good, and we'll make sure we get the whole top 25 posted on the Inland Sports website. So we've got some big games coming up, including North against Orange Vista, which you can watch live on Teen Vision TV 16. That's a game that'll have big implications on those top 25 rankings. So we could see a lot of movement going into next week. And I put the top 25 on Twitter and Instagram. So make sure you let us know which team in the top 25 will make the biggest climb come next week. We want to hear from you. All right. Speaking of those big games, let's go to our Ken Sporting Goods must-see game for this week. Let's take a little trip down to the Southwestern League. Vista Murrieta, defending Southwestern League champion, taking on Chaparral. The Pumas trying to bounce back after that tough loss, 37-14 against Roosevelt. You know, when you look at the spring, and I know the spring was kind of a weird little, abbreviated season, but Vista Murrieta only beat Chaparral 34-33. It was a very close game. But Vista Murrieta, defending champion, going against a Pumas team that's probably hungry, maybe a little bit angry. It could be a very good game. That's our Ken Sporting Goods must-see game down in the Southwestern League. We also have Valley taking on Murrieta Valley. So both of those games combined will, have huge implications in terms of that Southwestern League title. Let's take a look at some of those other big games coming up in Week 6. League season is here, everybody. Indian Springs taking on Cardinal City, the home of Alexander Madison, San Bernardino. That's a huge game in the Mountain Valley League. We just mentioned the Murr taking on the Mech. Murrieta Valley and Temecula Valley in the Southwestern League. Citrus Valley and Cajon. You can make a case. Don't ask Beaumont and Yucaipa, but you can make a case. CV against Cajones for that Sunbelt League title. That's a big one. Colton versus Rupa Hills. We made the fancy graphic, and then we got word that game was actually canceled. We got word about, I'd say, 2 hours ago. Rupa Hills will take on Villa Park. North and Orange Vista live on Teen Vision TV 16, so make sure you check that one out. That's a huge game in the Sunbelt League. We got the Menifee Bowl, Heritage and Paloma Valley. It's always a good game when those rivals get together. They're going to do it again on Friday night. Patriots and Wildcats. And finally, we got Vista Del Lago and Canyon Springs. Big battle in the city of Moreno Valley. And a little bit later in the show, we're going to have head coach Kyle McFadden of the Canyon Springs Cougars. In fact, they are 3-1 on the season. A great start. It's been a long time since they've made the playoffs or made a playoff push. So Coach McFadden will join us as we talk a little Canyon Springs football. All right, we're going to take another quick break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, more football and high school volleyball right around the corner on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.
96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep, man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep, man. You guys rock.
Calling all athletes. Make sure you're at your very best by training at Boost Performance Training in Corona. Whether you're a football player, soccer player, baseball player, lacrosse, athletes from all sports and all levels train at Boost Performance Training. Led by former Centennial High School football star Ray Bass, you'll develop explosive power, become faster, and add that lean muscle. Don't be left behind and get a leg up on the competition at Boost Performance Training. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for information on their training programs and also on the Bass School. That's the Bass Alternative School for student athletes. Trying to earn a scholarship? Maybe make the varsity team. Get a spot in the starting lineup? Well, let Boost Performance Training help achieve your athletic goals.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. And we have customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time. And then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
So 2nd and 15. Justice has some time in the pocket.
He's open.
A beautiful throw over the middle. It's a touchdown for the Wolverines. Kayvon Johnson from Summit High School coming up and getting 6.
Yeah, Kayvon Johnson, the pride of Summit. Nick Matheny, head coach Nick Matheny, coached him up, and he ran a great route. That was a little stop and go, and he made a little break like he was going to run to the out. The corner bit, and he was open.
That was Bradford Evans and Vinny Fazio on the call on IEMG as SBVC took a tough loss, 59-13 against El Camino. In fact, RCC also lost. It was a tough weekend for our local college football teams here in the IE. Now back to high school football. One of the great success stories so far early on in the season through non-league play. The Canyon Springs Cougars at 3-1, maybe even 4-1. We'll call it a forfeit, maybe 4-1. Joining us live on the show, he's the first-year head coach of the Cougars, and they're already winning. It's their head coach, Kyle McFadden. And Coach McFadden, first off, thank you for jumping on the Inland Sports Show. We appreciate it. But a strong start for the Cougars this year. What's it been like being a first-year head coach and just really trying to, step on that gas pedal and trying to get everybody on board with what you want to do?
Well, we've been fortunate as we're trying to implement a new culture and set a new standard here that we've had success in the process. So it makes it easy, but it's definitely a different feeling around school. Kids have bought in, coaches have bought in, all the staff has bought in. I feel like the community is pretty proud of what we're doing, and now it's time to translate this into league play and make a push at the a league championship.
Yeah, speaking of that league championship, the Inland Valley League, part of the Rain Cross Conference. Coach, you open up against a very tough Vista Del Lago team, a good Ravens team, which, I was looking at your non-league schedule. I'm thinking Vista Del Lago is probably going to be the best team that you have seen so far, through this season. What do you think are the keys on Friday night to maybe get a win against the Ravens?
Yeah, definitely. They'll be our biggest challenge so far. They're the league champs last year. And the keys to success this game, pretty much staying disciplined on defense, and then staying balanced on offense. Mixing in the run and the pass, getting it to our playmakers, and just containing their offense.
Coach, I love to say here on the Inland Sports Show that the hallmark of a good team, of a championship team, is the ability to win the close games. Blowouts are one thing, but when you play another team that's very similar in talent level, if you can win the close games, that's what sets apart good teams from great teams. And I was looking at your non-league, you beat Yucca Valley 27-21, and I think that came down actually to maybe the final play or the final minute or something like that. We'll get to that in a second. Harupa Valley 26-16, Arlington 16-6. You guys are winning the close games. I mean, what do you think this says about your team just finding a way to win those close games?
Well, definitely that Yucca Valley game. It was we got out to a big lead and kind of stalled on offense. I'm thankful our defense kept us in the game. And when we needed a drive, we got it. And I think ever since then, getting that first win, for me as the head coach and the team, first win having me as their coach, they started to believe that they can win the close ones. And then we go to Europa Valley. Again, we get lead and we kind of hang on. But when you're playing those close games, it gives the players the confidence, and they know that if it comes down to a drive, we can get it. If it comes down to a stop, we can get it. I'm sure they're great to watch. They're pretty stressful as a coach on the sideline.
I can imagine. But how good did that first one feel against Yucca Valley to not only, get a win for the team? This is a program that hasn't done a lot of winning, last several years. To not only get the win, but get your first win as the head coach. How good did that one feel? And that in dramatic fashion too.
Yeah. It makes for a good story on the start of my career. Like I said, I wish we could get those 40-0 wins and kind of chill. But I told my dad after the game, if you keep going like this, I'm going to age like a president.
Well, Coach, listen, I was looking up Canyon Springs, and according to the information I found, they have not made the playoffs since 2013. So it's been a while. So, what's the goals of this team? Do you feel like this is a team that could, like you said, compete for that Inland Valley League championship, but also, get into the playoffs for the first time in a while?
Yeah, that's definitely been our goal since the first team meeting we had. I told the guys, hey, I know it's been, we haven't had much success in the past, but I'm coming with the expectation to compete for league and get into the playoffs. And I think we get into the playoffs, we can really make a run. I'm trying to get another year on our banner league titles. It's been a while. I want to have a 2021 year up there, but definitely the ultimate goal is making the playoffs.
Yeah, and it all starts Friday night against Vista Del Lago. And Coach, I'll leave you on this one. I was looking up your bio. Are you still, doing the English and creative writing thing? Are you still teaching that?
Yeah, I'm an English teacher, avid teacher, and I have the football PE class. So it's a full day before we get to practice.
Because, listen, no offense to football coaches. I love those guys, but most of them are like the PE teachers, right? And they do the weight room thing and they go right out to practice. Yeah. No, you're grading essays and you're doing like some hard English stuff, right?
Yeah, we had actually today we're doing speeches in class, and I'll be grading those this weekend after the game.
So hopefully it'll be a big win on Friday and then grading the speeches over the weekend, right?
Yeah, definitely. We'll have film Saturday, and then I'll be doing my grading while watching some college football.
Well, it's going to be a good one. It's Ravens, it's Cougars, it's Inland Valley League play. Head coach for Canyon Springs, Kyle McFadden, joining us here live on the Inland Sports Show. Coach McFadden, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you for having me, and go Cougars.
Yes, sir. That's Kyle McFadden, first-year head football coach at Canyon Springs High School, winning some football games out there with the Cougars. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, I think they're in the Zoom waiting room. I think it's happening. We're going to talk some Beaumont volleyball when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. Awesome.
Guess what? We're right back. It's going to be game of the week. And who is it? It's going to be Orange Vista versus JW North. JW North coming down here 5-0. What's even more impressive with JW North? Hey, they're only giving up 5 points a game. And what are we seeing tonight? You're seeing OV. Great job bouncing back after the Citrus Valley loss, and they take down VDL. This game right now, even though it's the first game of league, this game could be the league championship in week 1 of league. We'll be talking to you guys and seeing you guys in a couple minutes. But remember, you got to click the link to see it live. Again, Coach Rick and I will be bringing this to you. Talk to you later.
We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's
that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for. Hey guys, it's Pep Fernandez from the #1 sports show in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. I wanted to let you know about the BASS School. That stands for the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. All of us are trying to find a way to get ahead in the classroom and in athletics. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wanting to give your son the best opportunity to succeed. BASS is an all-boys private middle school servicing 7th and 8th grade student athletes. They've got unique, customized curriculum for student athletes, individualized nutrition and athletic development, plus rigorous academic development with small class sizes. This is not an online homeschool. This is a private school for students who are serious about their grades and serious about their sports. BASS school enrollment for the 2021-2022 school year begins in January, so don't wait. Lock up your spot today. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for more information. The #1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kensportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken's Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken's Sporting Goods. But Patrick, with all due respect, I got to start off sports with a shout out to our local guy, Alexander Madison, the pride of San Bernardino High School, getting his first NFL start for the Minnesota Vikings. And he had 171 all-purpose yards to help bring down Patrick's Seattle Seahawks 30-17. So shout out to Madison, and again, with all due respect to Patrick over here. Man, the Rams, you could make a case, maybe the best team in the NFL, maybe at 3-0. Big win at home against the Tampa Bay Bucks, 35-24, as Matt Stafford won that head-to-head duel with Tom Brady. And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody, live and amplified at Teen Vision TV 16 with our director, Johnny Nunez. Listen, we've been blowing it out high school football-wise. You know, big thanks to JW North, a big thanks to Coach McFadden at Canyon Springs. But we know it's a big time for high school volleyball as well, and the Sunbelt League has been very, very good with a lot of great talent. Joining us live on the show and fresh off a victory about an hour or two ago, it's the Beaumont High School Cougars joining us live on the show. And we got Maddie Brown, top left-hand corner. We got Vivian Lisboa, top right, and then Coach Granados down there in the bottom. And Coach, I'll start with you. You know, I wanted to have you guys on the show, but I know the CBL is a Wednesday night kind of league. I was like, well, if they can win and do it kind of quickly, we can get you guys on the show, and that's exactly what you did. It was a sweep against Redlands East Valley tonight. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes. We got the job done in 3.
So you said it was a little bit close, though, right? You had some battles?
Yeah, it got a little tight in the third set.
So, Coach, is it good, though, that, your team has been so dominant right now, 14-1 overall, 6-0 in the Citrus Belt League? Is it kind of good to get a little uncomfortable, pushed a little bit in terms of being ready for maybe a playoff push?
Absolutely. The 6-0 is deceiving because it's been tough and it's been hard and we've been pushed and we've gone 5 sets multiple times, twice a week. So it's not as easy as the record looks like, but yeah, it's great to be pushed. It's great to be exposed. And it just, hopefully we've been learning, we've been working hard in practice. So it's all good. I'm happy with all of it.
Yeah, because even going back to, let's say, Monday night, like on paper, you might think, okay, Citrus Valley, maybe not the strongest team out there, but, in the CBL, you just never know on any given night who's going to rise up and challenge you guys. So on Monday night, I know you guys had a battle with the Blackhawks. What does that say about the talent level in the CBL? Because there's a lot of good teams, a lot of good players.
Absolutely. There's not one team that you should not take serious. I knew it was going to be tough, but to go 5 with this many teams, and then even how Cajon, Redlands, Yucaipa, they've all gone 5 with each other, it's super tough. And I told the girls, we've got to expect to play the best. We've got to expect everybody to play their best against us because we've put that target on our back now.
Mm-hmm. Well, Coach, join us also on the show. Right here you can see the Zoom screen right now. We got Maddie Brown, top left. We got Vivian Lisboa. Before we get to Vivian and Maddie, let me ask you about your players who are joining us, Coach. What do you think makes Maddie a special player for Beaumont?
Maddie does everything for us. She's a great server. She plays defense. She is obviously an amazing setter. Her decision-making puts her hitters at an advantage, just solely based off of her decision-making. She dumps, so she's made herself an offensive weapon, and she's pretty special. In my opinion, I think it's easily she's the best setter that Beaumont has probably ever had. I don't want to just say since I've been there. That's a pretty easy statement for me to make about her.
Sounds like she's the real deal. And let's talk about Vivian as well, which I already like Vivian because I love to make lists. And I love to make lists and cross things off and do like a calendar with a dry erase board. That's exactly what she has going on. It looks like homework and practice, and let's cross that off. We got that done. But Coach, before we get to Vivian, what do you think makes Vivian a special player?
Vivian is a workhorse, and there's nothing that I ask her to do that she does not get done. She's obviously big at 6'1". She blocks balls. She's one of our go-to middles. We've got an amazing tag team of Vivian and Avery. But she works hard and she communicates and she's so smart. Her volleyball IQ is off the charts.
All right, Coach, let's talk to your players real quick as well. I'll start with Vivian. She's a senior for the Cougars. And Vivian, what is on your dry erase board? I'm curious now. What do you got coming up? You got some projects, some tests coming up?
So for today, I had an admissions interview with a college. So that's on my Wednesday docket. And then tomorrow I have weightlifting written down.
I love it. I'm a big list guy. I love lists. I have a dry erase board. I write stuff down. I cross it off. I feel good when I accomplish things. Vivian, how good does it feel right now to be 6-0 in the Citrus Belt League? And like Coach said, these are battles. You guys are winning some really tough, sometimes 5-set battles against some other good teams in the CBL right now.
I think it's awesome. I really love having high competition and high quality play. And it's amazing to be able to see our own team, our own girls be able to push back and do the same thing that these teams have been doing for years, because it's been close in the terms of score and games for the past 3-4 years in the CBL.
All right, Vivian, now let's go over to Maddie, because You know, Maddie, in the CBL, when I think of CBL volleyball, you know, Ukaipa's had some great teams. Redlands East Valley's had some great teams, but Redlands is back. Cajon is playing well. Of course, Beaumont, first place Beaumont. You know, in the CBL, do you feel like you guys are getting battle tested for what will hopefully be a long season and a deep playoff run? Do you think you guys will be better off for it in the long run, having some close matches now in league play?
I think that the competition that we're dealing with definitely pushes us to be better, because we want to compete with other teams who are, you know, equally as like a high level team as we are. But going into this brand new league, I feel like we've really proved to other teams that we can, you know, stand with them, which is pretty awesome, because I know a couple years ago, we didn't do as well in our league. And now that we're in a new league, I just feel like, you know, as Coach said, we're target. And I'm just like really proud of my girls for pushing through.
Yeah, in this new league, I mean, the CBL is just so good in volleyball. And Coach, I'll go back to you on this question. You know, going back to the previous season, we all want to say last year, but there wasn't a last year for girls volleyball. How much are you just enjoying this season? Not only just being in first place, but just having a season during the fall right now.
It means a lot. I tell the girls all the time that as much as we compete and we go hard, and you know, there's a level of competition that we've got to keep up with, I also just have to remind them to stay grateful, because we've seen it happen last year where things can just get shut down and it's out of our control. So we express a lot of gratitude, and like you said, we're just happy to even have a season. And obviously coming into this super tough league, it was a little nerve-wracking to just come off of no season straight to the CBL. So well, like you said, just very happy to be back. It's my happy place. I have a 2-year-old and a 7-month-old, so it's nice to get out of the house and do something with girls that can talk and have a conversation. So more so than just, you know, coaching, it's so much more this season after being home from last year.
So you're not sleeping much, Coach. I'm taking it right now. Being in season, 2 little ones.
Yeah, we get some good naps at nighttime.
Naps at nighttime. That's great. Vivian, let me go back to you. As a senior, you know, Coach just touched on it. The fact that, you know, as a senior, you wanted to play your senior season. You're getting your chance this year. So are you kind of soaking in all the moments along the way because we had a season taken away from us? Do you appreciate it a little bit more on top of, you know, being, you know, in first place and having such a great season? Just the fact that you are on the court with your teammates and having a real volleyball season.
Yeah, I definitely do. It's an emotional kind of thing for me, because this is my first year on varsity. So I'm trying to soak in as much as I possibly can. And we're already halfway through it. It's already halfway gone. It's just crazy.
Well, hopefully you guys will have a deep playoff run, and maybe we're only halfway through the season. Maybe if you guys string together a couple wins in the playoffs. Maddie, let me go back to you one more time. Do you know Coach was such a big time star at Beaumont? I'm sure she does. She's too humble to tell you guys, but Coach was a big star. She's like the pride of Beaumont High School. Did you know that?
They know nothing.
No, I did not know that. Good to know.
No, she was a big time star at Beaumont High School. Volleyball, basketball. She did track and field as well. So, you know, Maddie, when you have Coach here, who obviously she was an All-American at Cal State San Bernardino, what is practice like knowing that you've had a coach who's been there? You know, she's played at a high level. She's won, you know, things, and she's been an All-American and all those things. You know, what is a normal practice like at Beaumont High School with a great coach like Coach Granados?
It's really competitive. You know, our team goes all out at practice. You know, we have girls, you know, diving across the floor. We're a super scrappy team, and I feel like coach has really helped us become like the family, because we are a family, the family we are, just because of how our structure is and just how she tells us like what we're going to run, you know, we're going to do this, that. It's like a list, like how you're saying, you know, we have a list. And, you know, I'm just really grateful that I have Jess, because she's just like she's a great coach, and you can hit shows on the court and when we play.
And Coach, let me leave you on this. Like, how important is practice to you guys? Because, you know, I hear a lot of coaches, whether it's volleyball or football or a different sport, they're like, hey, Friday nights or Wednesday nights or whenever you play, that's the easy part. Like, it's what you guys do in practice leading up to that match that's really the difference. How important is just having a good, solid practice?
It's super important for us. That's always been my my bread and butter, my go-to, is that we work hard in practice. Like Maddie said, there's always a list of things to do and to get done and to improve on. And we always have to go hard. And I always aim for having a high level of competition in practice and work out all the technique issues and any, you know, 6-on-6 issues, serve receive issues that we've got to work on. We work hard during practice, so then games, hopefully, in theory, can be fun and not so intense as practice. But like I said, the CBL is tough.
So despite some great practices, still some battles so far in the CBL this season. Ladies, I'm writing a list right now. 1, win CBL. 2, playoff run. 3, CIF championship. So we'll just cross these off as you go along. Does that sound good?
That's a good list for me.
Coach Granados, Maddie, Vivian, thank you so much for joining us here on the Inland Sports Show. I really appreciate it. Congrats on the great start so far, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, ladies. That's Beaumont High School volleyball here on the Inland Sports Show. Again, the CBL for volleyball is just so tough. So many great teams and coaches and players. So to be at 6-0 in the CBL so far, and again, winning some of those close 5-set battles, I think that speaks volumes of where this Beaumont volleyball team is. And again, they're the newcomers to the CBL. They just joined the CBL and already having a ton of success there. All right, one final programming note. If you're a big high school football fan like me, Friday nights, it's Sports Weekly Live on IEMG every single Friday night at 11:05 p.m. Scores, highlights, interviews, the whole thing. And it's week 6 as we go into league play. So we're really going to blow it out on Friday night. So I hope you'll join us live on IEMG. If you don't get IEMG TV3, it's okay. It's live on the IE Media Group YouTube channel. I know you all know where YouTube is. We're all hanging out on YouTube, watching the cat play the piano or whatever you watch. But you can break away from that for a little bit. Watch high school football. That's IEMG, Friday nights, 11:05 p.m., Sports Weekly Live. A big shout out to all our guests tonight. JW North Football. We had Kyle McFadden, the head football coach at Canyon Springs, and the Beaumont volleyball team, which you just saw. The biggest shout out of all to Johnny Nunez, our director here at Teen Vision TV 16, doing it live and amplified every single Wednesday night. We do appreciate it. My name is Pep Fernandez. God bless you. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next Wednesday night with another edition of your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.